One's life begins to change when their desires transform into concrete actions. You're listening to the Desire to Be podcast, where your desires for your life and relationships become your mastery. I'm your host, Devora Goldberg, and thank you for joining. The Hanukkah lights are a reminder that over the course of 8 days, we add in light to make this world a better place. We light the flames of the menorah in our individual homes. We light the flame of the public menorahs in our communities. And we add light in this world by handing out menorahs to those who don't have one of their own, allowing them as well to illuminate their own space and their own home. And yet, where else can we light up? What else in our world needs illumination? The inner flame that we each carry within. I'll say that again. The inner flame that we each carry within us might not always be ignited and sometimes needs to be lit up. I'm curious if you're familiar with an inner flame that has been extinguished for some time and perhaps even buried down really deep inside. What does it look like when this flame has been sitting dormant for 60 years? I'll explain. So my client has a successful career as an attorney and runs her firm together with other partners. Throughout the years, she had a tendency that when anything was asked of her, she said yes. Any favor that any of the partners requested her to help out with, she accepted without second thought. And then when she did these extra tasks, she actually felt good about herself because she was programmed since she was really young that she had to do things in order to prove her self-worth. See, since she was a little child, she had been vying for her mom's attention. Since she was young, she wanted to feel this natural nurture that a mom and dad give a child. But they were busy with their careers, and therefore she was left to be cared for by the nanny. So as a young child, what did she do? She did all she could to find favor in her parents' eyes. She worked hard, she helped out, yet still the love was missing, and that void eventually got larger and larger as the years wore on. Now, in order to fill that void, she made up for it by being a service to others, by being a service to everyone. Anyone who would show her acceptance of her self-worth at that time, because see, for her, it was a boost from the outside. It was her confirmation from others. And yet, the hole within her remained. The flame within her was still extinguished. At some point, she realized that she didn't always want to say yes to others. Sometimes it just wasn't practical. Sometimes it got in the way of something else that was going on. But she didn't want to look bad. She didn't want others to get mad at her. She wanted to maintain the peace, so she continued to say yes. But soon, she started feeling it in her body. Her hands got strange muscular pains when she was asked to do a favor for others. Something seemed to be screaming inside of her, "Don't do this. This doesn't feel right." But she thought, it's probably arthritis. So she got it checked out, and the doctor confirmed that medically, all was well. Well, not having the skills, still not having them right, how to say no, she continued bending backwards for everyone and anyone, and of course, putting her own needs to the side at the moment. At least she thought, right now, as I'm doing this favor for others, I'm being loved, I'm being agreeable, and I'm maintaining equilibrium with those around me. And then her hips and spine started having strange sensations. Shooting pains became common and more frequent, and once again she went to her doctor. And once again, he confirmed that there were no ailments evident, and he wrote it off as probable stress. When we started working together, the focus was to release the physical pains that she was experiencing through my guided meditation sessions. But before I start each session, my goal is for my clients to identify what the source of the pain is, not to tell me exactly which part of their body is hurting. We have already identified that. What is the source? So I asked her, What's happening in your life when you feel those sensations of shooting pain? And she said, I really, really want to stop doing things for others. I really want to be able to say no. But then she stopped herself and said, hold on a second, wait. If I do that, where's my love going to go? They're not going to like me anymore. They may get mad. And then I'll be unlovable all over again. So she said, I can't do it. See, the core of the work that I do is any issue that we have as humans, any issues we have in life, it always stems from within. So if we have relationship issues with others, right, and that's outside of our body, this same issue lies within our bodies. Somewhere within us has some kind of dis-ease, and it's letting us know you got to fix it. So I asked her, which part of your body wants to feel loved? I know you want to feel love from others, but let's go within. Which part of you wants to feel loved? And she thought for a moment and she said, my 1-year-old me, who is still looking for love from mom and dad. See, that inner child that she held within her all these years up to the age of 60 and God willing many years plus was sitting within her and felt that sense of inadequacy and grief for not having that love. So during the meditation, when she was out of the space of the here and now, a space that I take my clients, which is really outside of their body, again, with the power of their mind, with the power of their thought, that's where we go in a space outside of the pain, again, outside of the body. And when my client was in that space, she was able to connect with that 1-year-old child within. She was able to see the lack of love that it carried and fill her up with love and nurture this child within with the love that she had within her. At the age of 60, we all have love to give, right? It's not missing. We may not all have love that comes from the outside, but we do all have love within. And with that power, she was able to fill in that inner child with a love that it so badly wanted, that it so badly needed. Through the power of her breath, through my guided intention meditation, and my calming background music, she was able to feed her inner child with her love once again. With tears streaming down her face, as she held and loved her baby self within, she felt her own flame ignite. She felt in a real way that love is not something we have to seek outside of ourselves. It's actually more attainable than we think. But I want to add over here that by the very nature of the world, God created the nucleus of the family to be warm and loving, to have a really strong bond. But unfortunately, as we all know, it doesn't always pan out that way. Parents can be parents with their own personal struggles, with their own personal fears, limitations, pains, sometimes illnesses. And they can still bring children into this world, which they don't know how to adequately give love to. It happens sometimes. But when this happens, I believe that God ignites that child with an added power to fill up their insides with self-acceptance, self-assurance, and self-love. To look at themselves in the mirror and say, you're okay the way you are. You got this. You can say no. And if they don't like it, that's okay. Their response doesn't involve me. I'm choosing to show up in this world, honoring my insides and following my bliss. I'm a light to the world as I express love within myself and ignite love within others and give them the power to do the same as well. This, my friend, is what we can all accomplish. Whether you're taught this love from others, whether you're shown this love from others, whether you're taught by others how to create self-assurance and self-love, or you've got to find it within. You've got to uncover that light. It's there. It's there, available for each and every one of us to attain. And now I ask you, where's your light at? What's one thing in your life, a mishap, a resentment, an anger, perhaps a past story that's sitting deep down within you and you're ready to release? What's one area that you'd like it not to be part of you? The beauty of working with me is that you don't even have to verbalize what's stuck. If you feel that you want to keep it to yourself, that's fine as well. If you're feeling comfortable with just the thought of that has to be released, that's okay because It's all in the intention. It's your intention. As you release with the power of your mind and your heart, you are the only one who does the release work within yourself. So reach out to me. Find me on Instagram at its.devorah-goldberg. Find me on Facebook and LinkedIn at my name, Devorah Goldberg. Let's start your healing journey together. What a great episode. Thank you for being here. I truly, truly appreciate you. I'd love for you to tap 5 stars and let me know what resonated. Be sure to connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn under my name, Devorah Goldberg. That's where I give you more content. That's where we're able to engage even further. Until next episode, stay safe and be well.